So don't let this affect your performance in any way.
Performance?
Yes, your performance.
Performance like sexual?
Excuse me?
Are you saying there's something wrong with my gear? Is that what you're saying to me?
I'm sorry, did you say your gear?
My fuck stick.
This is the deep dive into Bad Santa.
What are you doing?
Look who's here. It's Santa.
I'm on my lunch break, okay?
Willie's never had it.
It's not real.
Well, it was real. I got sick and all the hair fell out.
How'd you get sick?
I loved a woman that wasn't clean.
Mrs. Santa?
No, it was her sister.
Oh, no.
Your sleigh.
It's in the shop.
Where's the reindeer?
I stable them.
Where's the stable?
Next to the shop.
How do they sleep?
Are you messing with me?
Now, a hopeless kid and a Santa nobody liked. This holiday season, guy in town, Billy Bob Thornton.
So do you like kids?
What do you think? I'm some kind of pervert or something?
I just mean because you're Santa Claus.
Bad Santa.
I beat up some kids today, but it's for a purpose. Made me feel good about myself.
You need many years of therapy.
My great grandmother, rest in peace, Gigi. She gave me and my mom she literally gave us that rotisserie.
Bad Santa. Fucking love it. Got the sweaters, baby. Let's get a cheers. A Bad Santa cheers. Let's go. I'm gonna chug my little beer right here.
I'm gonna do the little.
Oh, Ray getting all rayed out for this. I've already had 12 beers.
Did you see what I just did?
It's impressive.
Did you see it?
Yeah, you did the little circle thing.
Worked like a charm.
Well, Billy Bob would do that with a bottle of vodka in this movie. One of my all-time favorites.
Yep.
And quick hot take here. I believe this is one of the best acting performances from Billy Bob Thornton of all time. It's actually, maybe it's not even, maybe Billy Bob is just playing Billy Bob, and that's just who he's meant to be. It's just crazy with what's happened in his life recently after the whole divorce.
Right.
But, man, it's amazing. It's so believable. It's almost too good. But, man, I fucking love this movie. 2003, I loved it before. I watched it maybe 8 times in my life before. We decided we were going to do this.
Yeah.
I've watched it, like, every day for a couple weeks.
Yep.
It's so fucking funny. It's dark, but it's also easygoing.
But here's the thing. I'm sorry, people, but if you don't enjoy dark, cynical humor to a point...
You got problems, man.
You're too soft.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say...
You take yourself too serious, you know?
Yeah, and you take life too serious. And it's like... Obviously, yes, like, he's a total... Billy Bob Thornton's character is a total mega alcoholic. And clearly, yes, there are alcoholics all over the place, all over the entire world. Anybody, there's many people... But it's like, come on, why do you have to be offended by something?
He's literally, like, what's nice is at the end he has this epiphany, right?
Well, no,
he is, like, the worst person,
you want to talk about character
ever.
art. You want to talk about character art.
I like it. It's true. But he is literally the biggest piece of shit ever in the beginning, and then to get to this point, which is not even that great of a point, but for him it is. But I have a quick question for you. What do you think his average BAC, blood alcohol level, is during the movie?
His is probably 0.8. I mean...
No. Well, I think it's over the legal limit, right? Like, on average. I'm saying on average. When he's sleeping, on average.
So on average, I would say he's probably doubled or tripled the legal limit.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy, dude.
0.16 to point...
He's living his life at 0.24. Which is insane. And here's the other question is, at any time in this movie, now we don't see large stretches of months, right? Does he ever get to 0.0? Is he ever completely sober? Right? Because when you're drinking liquor, he's not drinking beer. Right? The only time we see him drinking beer is the time where, before the first heist, where he's got 10 minutes to himself, and Marcus lets him in the back door, and he chugs 9 beers.
Ready.
In 10 minutes, and he's not a beer drinker. He says he's ready. Like, and he already drank the liquor before that, so he's always drunk. But, like, what makes this movie great is Billy Bob Thornton. And he interprets this, and it's a real life fuckery. Or, I don't even know what to say. It's just, he's crazy in this movie. And the script is literally an alcoholic Santa moves into a fat, young reject's house.
Well,
and is breaking into safes. Like, that's the script.
If you were to just tell somebody who's never seen this movie what you just described, they'd be like, okay, well, this movie would never be a movie. Because the kid...
No, not unless you had Thurman Merman, the actor, or whoever the actor's name is.
Billy
Bob Thornton.
His name's
there
Brett
you
Kelly.
And I have a quick Mount Rushmore for you. We like doing this in the show. Mount Rushmore of drunk characters in movie and TV. Now, I have 2 honorable mentions, and I have my Mount Rushmore. I'm going to give you mine first. Top of the list, Willy. This movie, I think this is the epitome of a drunk character in a movie or TV show.
I will tell you right now that he's on mine as well, just because when you continuously watch the movie, even if you just see it one time, and you watch this movie, it's just like... It opens up with him at a bar, talking about why...
The monologue.
And the monologue, literally, and that's, to be honest, that's why the monologue is amazing. Because it's like, he literally explains why he's such an aggressive alcoholic.
Fucking shit! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
and then the movie keeps going on, and every single moment, even when he tries to be a good guy, when Thurman hurts himself, and he's just like he brings him over and
pours booze and then drinks the booze,
and and also, quick shout out to our Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode when Thurman brings him the orange juice.
Yeah,
he's like, "What's in it?"
Yeah,
he just looks at it. He's like, "It's just orange juice." He just looks at it and puts it to the side. It's just a mixer.
Right. That's what he thinks of orange juice, because it's a mixer. My second one this is a great one. It is a Russell K from Independence Day.
The wrong field, you idiot. Are you sure?
Randy Quaid. Man, he's a great drunk in that fucking movie. Does the wrong field when he's doing the crop dusting.
I'm sorry, that is a really good...
Yeah, I did my research. Randy Quaid in general is a great drunk. And I might bring him up again. Barney Gumble from fucking Simpsons.
My name is Barney, and I'm an alcoholic.
Mr. Gumble, this is a Girl Scout meeting.
Is it? Or is it that you girls can't admit you have a problem?
This is equal to... in my mind, just...
gosh. Now, The Simpsons clearly just totally, put the alcoholism, on blast, because it's like...
But subtle. It's subtle,
Well, not necessarily subtle, because Homer, all he does is drink, and he ends up... Here's the thing about...
But it's not dark like Peter Griffin, you know what I mean? And there's the quote from Barney when there's the AA meeting, when he goes and he's in the wrong meeting, it's like Girl Scouts, and they're like, "Sir, you're in a Girl Scouts meeting." He's like... Maybe they just don't admit they're drunks. The last one I have is every character from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
You guys, we haven't been drinking since we quarantined ourselves into the bar, at least since we got stuck in the bathroom.
Well, that's right. Wait. So what are you saying? That we've never had the flu? We were just having alcohol withdrawal?
Yeah.
Alcohol withdrawals? That's great!
Is it great? It means we're all alcoholics.
I couldn't pick one.
It doesn't matter, because
the gang gets quarantined episode I brought up.
That proves it. Especially because every single one of them...
They were sick because they had alcohol withdrawal.
Well, and the thing is, every single one of them admit... And the funniest thing about that episode, and just to have a wrap up with the Mount Rushmore of them, is that they all have their own vices.
Yeah.
Charlie's just like, well, we're going to die. And he opens up the cleaner, and Dennis is like, I knew you always drink cleaner. He's like, nah, man, this is whiskey in here.
I keep a bottle of creme de menthe behind the jukebox.
And Dee's just like, yeah, I keep beers up in the ceiling tile. It's like, no, you're right. I mean,
2 honorable mentions though. Randy Marsh, he's not the biggest alcoholic, but when he's drunk, it's the best.
Dad, aren't you supposed to not drink and drive?
I'm not drinking and driving. I'm driving while I'm drinking, right, boys? What seems to be the officer problem? Okay. Hey, hang on. Hold on. Oh, hang on.
Dude, what the hell is he doing? I think his pants are falling down.
What? What'd I do?
And he's clearly always drunk.
Well, I would have to argue that he is, because he just dignifies why he's drinking, and yet that's what alcoholics do.
Yeah. I'm just doing a little taste, right?
Yeah, he's
this
talking
is the
about
wine tasting, Stan. He's fucking drinking a fuckload. Last one is also Randy Quaid, cousin Eddie from Christmas Vacation and All the Vacations.
Merry Christmas! Dinner was
just Randy Quaid in general is the epitome of alcoholic in real life, and he actually might have been able to play this character. Wouldn't be as good because he's a wacko. But that's my list. What do you have for yours?
So my Mount Rushmore, I'll have Willy from Bad Santa. It's just, once you watch this movie, it's inevitable. I mean, the dude's literally drunk.
Destructive.
I mean, he wakes up and he's clearly fucked up.
Very
He's
destructive.
drinking. Jim Leahy from Trailer Park Boys.
Julian! I don't know where I felt like I get a little drink around here, do you, bud?
If you've never seen it, go on Netflix. It's on Netflix. Watch it. The dude is a reckon to be dealt with. I'll have Frank Gallagher from Shameless.
We can drink. Frank's Milk of the Gods.
I mean, people say Frank Gallagher's a bigger drunk than anybody. Well, I have to say that the first two I put on are bigger, but that's up to debate. But he's on my Mount Rushmore. And then I'll also put on Roger from American Dad.
Hackers! He's passed out, Mom. He's been binge drinking since Thanksgiving.
Get up, Roger. What the hell's wrong with you? Another year on this planet, I haven't accomplished squat. What's going on?
Because Roger is an alien. He's a cartoon alien, but yet, yeah, it's literally what his character is.
He's essentially Andy Dick.
That's
like,
and that's why. Have you seen the episode where they have Andy
my
Dick?
favorite one. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
So exactly.
He just replaces Roger with Andy Dick, and Roger's jealous. It's so great.
And then, like I said, so my honorable mentions would be Peter Griffin, Homer Simpson, the King of the Hill crew. Only the King of the Hill crew because they are super functional, but all they do is drink.
Yeah.
Like, Peggy, I'm drinking. That's my time to drink beer.
Right. All right. So Roger Ebert. This is a really big surprise here. What do you think he gave this movie?
Well, if it's a big surprise, I'm going to say he gave it 3.
3.5. I shouldn't have told you that, but what would you have guessed? Like 2 or 1 though? 3.5. So he gave Superbad 3.5. He gave this 3.5, but he gave every other movie we've ever done, including Dead Poets Society, which is a serious, awesome movie, 2 stars.
He gave that movie 2.
He gave Dead Poets 2. He gave all the other ones 1, and he gives this 3.5. So like Roger Ebert just sucks. Now I like this review because I love this movie, but I would also, if I reviewed this movie as a serious film critic, I'm giving it 2. Maybe 2.5, not 3.5, dude. That's like Titanic shit, man. Best scene here. I'm gonna give you. The weird thing about this movie is there's not a lot of identifiable scenes. Like Superbad, I had like 12 written down. I had to like narrow it down. Oh, sorry. Wow, I'm pulling a Will here. What do you have? 4?
That's like 12.
Oh, I had 4 for this one, and it was tough to pick them out just because the movie. It's just so great, and it kind of just like blends
together. But I
together.
do that because whatever it is.
First one is just the after the heist, the bar scene when they're drinking, and Willie's trying to say he could get, the best quote ever is just, I can quit drinking. On the wagon. I can quit drinking. I can open a bar, which is an oxymoron for an alcoholic.
Marry a waitress.
Marry a waitress. But he's gonna quit drinking, and then open a bar and run the place and marry a waitress, and then Marcus being like, you're not gonna do shit. You're gonna drink yourself retarded.
You ain't gonna do shit except go down there and drink your fucking ass off. You're gonna piss everything away and end up counting the days to next Christmas.
You're just gonna drink yourself stupid.
And he's like, you're gonna be begging me when I call you.
And then he says, I don't want another shot. And he's like, I'm already on the way.
He's like, waitress, another shot, and then she comes over. He's like, no, I don't need another.
He's probably already had 30 drinks that day. So of course he's gonna say no. At that point, it's not hard.
I'm 92 pounds, asshole.
My favorite scene is just prefacing that statement with then several months later in Miami, he's behind the bar, dressed well, cutting limes. Looks like he owns the place. No, actually he doesn't own the place. And the question I have is, I'll bring this up in an unanswerable question or nitpicks. Why is he cutting limes for taking a shot of booze? You know what I mean? Like he's doing all this shit, and when he takes a shot, he has an umbrella in his drink. He's making it super classy. Just take the fucking drink. Just take the bottle. And that's just it's just so subtle and so genius.
And you know what I really find funny is that the actual bartender is the waiter from Old School.
Yep. He's in a couple things. It's top.
Oh, no,
guy.
I know. I understand. I'm just saying that.
He's in The Hangover. He's the guy from the wedding chapel. Next scene, and actually I want to preface this with when he wakes up also after the bar where you think he owns the bar.
Yep.
And the alarm clock goes off with the Christmas music and he freaks out, throws the alarm clock.
I have that on mine as well.
Just goes crazy.
Fuck you!
Yeah, right.
Because there's
Breaks
the Christmas
music, and then takes the beer, looks at it. It's got a clear cigarette butt in it.
Well, let's be real. He throws at least probably, if I remember,
like 3 or 4.
At least 4. Yeah, and then
but has the beer with this much in it, obviously from the night before. Has a cigarette butt in, and he sees it, and he says he has a look. He's just like, fuck it.
And if anybody out there has ever done that, you understand the beer no longer tastes like beer. It tastes straight up like a cigarette butt. And clearly this is how much of an alcoholic he is.
Quick story time with Rob for you. This is a
Story
good one.
with Rob.
So I played drums, and I had a giant fat tire.
Yep.
And we went outside for a smoke, and someone must have put a cigarette butt in my full fucking 24-ounce fat tire.
Wow.
We're in the middle of a jam, and I'm on a little break time kind of where they're doing an instrumental part, and I'm getting ready to come back in. I take a drink of my beer, man. I get straight cherry, not lit cherry anymore, but just that cherry coats my mouth, man. I pretty much almost puke. But I record everything. We're in a recording session. I can't quit, so I have to swallow this. I don't want to spit all over my shit.
He swallowed people.
Yeah, I swallow. And I manned up and I did it. But dude, my whole mouth, it was like when you go to this, you get sand in your mouth, and it's in your teeth. It was ash sand. Sucked. Quick, add story time around for you. Next scene, I have Checkers with Thurman Merman.
King me.
Son of a bitch! You lousy, cheating, little fucking shit!
Wanna play again?
I love this scene. Just it's so great. Probably my favorite Checker scene. The only one I can think that's comparable is Black Sheep Checker scene.
This is great. I've never won 3 games in a row. I hardly ever play checkers.
Yeah, well, it's kind of easy to win when you, never move your back wrong!
Yeah,
with the rock
right.
coming down.
Yep, yeah, you're
but
right.
this is maybe better just because how, Thurman's so, king me.
Hey, by the way,
And then
you want to talk about
freaks out.
a point when Willie isn't drunk? This might have been a point because for how fucking twitchy he is.
He seems
because
really
he's so
chill.
he's chill, but he's also so twitchy, like a true alcoholic.
Right.
Like they don't.
He needs his booze.
And he's just.
And why would he be playing checkers with Thurman Merman? You know what I mean?
Well, that's for another.
But Thurman just king me. And he freaks out, throws the board, throws the thing.
You little motherfucker!
Shit, are you fucking with me? And then he's like, want to play again? That's his Thurman's response, right? It's just so, he's always so genuine. All right, next one I have here is the drunken North Pole fight. Just after they realize you got to split the money with the owner.
The gin?
Yeah. And he just comes in, he's just riding the escalator, laying down, broken bottle, fighting all the fucking little North
the
Pole.
donkey just gets his head fucking knocked
just
off.
love that scene. Just super dark and just he's so fucked up, right? Oh, he's doing it again. Oh, Ray's going for it. Last scene here is beating up the teenagers, which is funny that the last 2 best scenes I have is him fighting people and things when he's about to kill himself, and then he's just like, what happened to your eye? And then just beating the shit out of fucking 13-year-old kids. Leading into his monologue saying he feels great about beating up kids. But it was for a purpose, but he is still beating up 13-year-olds. So we'll get to that later in ways of worse. But what do you have for best scene?
Is Granny spry?
the fucking mask on, and he's just like
And he
ready
has-
to break into the house.
Thurman Merman walks in. Granny, are you spry?
So good, like, so innocent. All right, what's aged the best? I have movies about bad something, bad moms, right? Bad teacher, bad grandpa. This is the first one, and this kind of led off the just bad something movies. You know what I mean?
I agree to disagree because I personally put the entire movie itself, and the reason I say that is because yes, you're right. What you said is right, but those movies do not even sniff the ass.
No, I'm just saying it started it.
No.
You know what I mean? So it's
And
like-
you're right with the
bad
the
teacher's
bad.
good. I like bad teacher.
Yeah,
And bad grandpa's okay. Bad moms. And
but I'm just saying
do
that,
without that.
this movie, those movies don't even sniff
No,
the ass
not at all.
of this movie.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
And I mean, you're right though. You're 100% right to where it aged best to where the bad, whatever
Yeah.
aged. So yeah, you're right.
I have the starting and ending monologues. The ending monologue's good too. The starting monologue, incredible. Hey, can I get another drink down here? I've been to prison once. Been married twice. I was drafted by Lyndon Johnson and had to live in shit-ass Mexico for 2.5 years for no reason. I've had my eye socket punched out, a kidney taken out. I got a bone chip in my ankle that's never going to heal. I've seen some pretty shitty situations in my life, but nothing has ever lived up to this. If I'd known I was going to have to put up with screaming brats pissing on my lap for 30 days out of the year, I would have killed myself a long time ago. Come to think of it, I still might. Where I come from, we didn't celebrate Christmas. Not because we were Jewish, because my dad was a worthless coward fucking asshole whose idea of a present was a daily punch in the back of the head. He did teach me how to crack a safe, though. My dad never did shit with his life, so he took it out on me. You could say I'm no different. I had to say you were right. But at this point, it's too late to start over. Funny how things work out. It's fucking hilarious. And then pukes.
Well, you know what's funny is that when he actually says he's so angry talking about his dad, and then it's just a hair light. Yeah, but he did teach me how to crack, crack a safe.
It's so great, man.
So it's like one of those things where he's so angry at his dad, understandably, for what he explains how his life was. But he's like, man, but he did teach me how to crack a safe.
Which
and
made
that's
him
just-
who he was today, which is a bad thing. What do you have for what age the best? I only had 2, so.
Like I said, I had the movie itself, Thurman Merman, that let me make some sandwiches.
Yep.
I just think that
Sandwiches,
just
baby.
not even just that, it's just the fact that people who like our age, especially, like, I'm sorry, Gen Zers, you ain't part of this unless you're smart enough to be, but millennials and Gen Xers, let me make some sandwiches. It's just like if you say that to a new friend, if they die laughing.
My best friend now. He knows his shit. You know? All right, what's age the worst? I have humping a girl in an arcade when you're in a Santa outfit. And without the Santa outfit, it's bad, but also when you're the mall Santa, don't do that. That's really bad. Even though she said she was 18, you're 45 years old, and don't do that shit. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And the best thing is, right before that scene, when they're in the meeting with John Ritter, and he's calling him out we need to go our separate ways, and he's like, you're gonna fire this black midget, like this African American little person, is what he says, and he's like, and at the end he's like, you're pathetic, and the next scene cuts to him humping, literally a fucking 16 to 18. No, the girl in the pinball thing.
Oh, that girl.
Dude, he calls him pathetic, and he's humping an underage girl, or maybe 18. Not a good look. Excuse me. I have malls in general age really bad. They don't exist anymore. I loved malls.
They do, but you want to talk about far and few in between to where when we were in high school, to where it's like there were tons of them. So yes, I agree with that.
Public fornicating. And I say that because he never fornicated with anyone. He's fucked a lot of fat chicks in his life, but he's never fornicated. There's cameras everywhere, so it's very hard to public fornicate. Now, maybe not in a dressing room, but you can't do that anymore. And then John Ritter and Bernie Mac, because they're dead. That's a little dark, but they aged the worst. They barely made it a year after this movie, man. It's crazy. Rip to both of them. Pour one out. Rip. What do you got for what tastes the worst?
So Harvey Weinstein is my number one.
Yeah.
He is the executive producer of this.
That's not good.
And I'm sorry, the reason I say this is you start watching the opening of this movie, and boom, Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, you don't want to see that,
so
man.
It's like, oh, all right. Beating up the kids, with the teens, even though they rightfully deserved it. But
they did. But
if you are a grown man, it's. I'm not gonna lie, people. It's a fine line because if my kid was Thurman Merman, like Billy Bob, pretty much took him under his wing like that. I'm not gonna sit here and say I would never do that, but it would. It's a fine line.
Yeah, you beat up the parents. Like that's what you do. You don't beat up
but
the
it's
kids.
but either way, just a movie. I put that as aged worse because there will not be a movie right now showing that. So, and then I also had the amount of drinking in the movie for one character. I personally do not think that. I mean, honestly, I think they've moved it more to shows.
Yeah.
The amount of drinking that the main character does in this movie, I would be shocked if they make a new movie within the next 10 years.
It's a lot. I mean, it's essentially like glorifying alcoholism.
That's exactly why I'm saying that.
Because he's functional in a way. All right, casting what ifs. There was quite a bit for this one. It was all for Billy Bob. James Gandolfini is who they wrote the part for. Now, that is the Sopranos guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that would have worked. He's okay, but it'd be really more physical.
He's
right?
a great actor, so I wouldn't push it past him, but it just seems so off. You know what I mean?
Billy Bob beating up kids is more acceptable than that dude beating up kids. Because he's going to pull a gun out and probably fucking murder them.
Or
right?
even if they show him beating up kids, it's like, oh, whoa, Tony Soprano is fucking beating up kids.
Robert De Niro was one they had. They also wrote it for.
And after
too old and just...
No, not the time of the movie. I'm just saying,
well, he's older than Billy Bob.
100%, but I'm saying that, but remember, Bad Grandpa?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
But I don't want Robert De Niro here. Sean Penn.
Definitely not Sean Penn.
No. Nick Cage. No. Jack Nicholson. Yes.
So wait, you're telling me that all these...
Those are all guys they cast before, or they had...
Offered the role.
Offered the role before Billy Bob. So my question to you is, who is the best out of these? Gandolfini, De Niro, Sean Penn, Nick Cage, and Jack Nicholson. I think Nicholson plays the best. That's my personal like if I want someone to play this, it's gonna be Nicholson, man. I feel like he'd kill. He'd be a little older, but I think Nicholson can kill this.
So I'll give you two. I agree with Nicholson, and I also think Robert De Niro can do it because of Meet the Parents.
Yeah,
how he's such Meet the Parents.
Well, De Niro is a legendary heel. He can play that bad guy,
Yeah,
but he's not as funny. And I'm not saying Billy Bob Thornton's necessarily a funny actor, but he's funny in this movie.
Funny. Do you like Armageddon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those things where it's like when you really first see him in a serious role, you're like, whoa. And it's funny because that's one of my favorite movies. And, shout out to people who hate it because I love that movie too. And it's just one of those things.
I love Armageddon.
Yeah, I know. It's just funny because...
Fuck the haters on that one, dude. A recasting couch. I only had a couple because there's not a lot of roles in this movie, and also I feel like it's so perfectly cast.
Well, that's the thing with this movie.
Lauren Graham, right? Who the slutty bartender that.
No, I'm saying that's what we were talking about earlier. How this movie there aren't a lot of side slots.
Right.
It's there are probably 6 slots. Mega people.
Lauren Graham is the one to do it, but she's so great in this movie and so believable. She's just good looking enough, but just not good looking enough to be believable to fuck this 45-year-old alcoholic asshole, right? Because she has the Santa Claus fetish. So mine mostly I have Bill Murray for Bad Santa. I feel like Bill Murray could do better than all those guys I just said. Because Bill Murray, it's almost like a Groundhog's Day Bill Murray. Give me that guy. He could do it. It wouldn't be as good. I'm saying no one's as good as Billy Bob in this movie, but that's one for there. I have Philip Seymour Hoffman as John Ritter.
Yeah, you love that man, but rest in peace,
I love Philip.
But he deserves it. He was such a great actor. So
the comparison is Big Lebowski, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah,
that's the character he'd be playing, right? How he's so when Ritter's so appalled of even when he hears the word butt sex, he's just like.
But I just can't help it. There's something about the guy that makes me uneasy.
Sure, Santa fucking someone in the ass.
His facial expressions, that is what Philip Seymour Hoffman does in Big Lebowski.
Oh, we're all very fond of her, very free-spirited.
Bran can't watch, though, or he has to pay 100.
That's marvelous.
When he's touching the fucking pictures and he's just like, that's perfect for that. And I have, for Bernie Mac, I had Samuel L. Jackson. I feel like Samuel L. Jackson can do this role. He's not as good of a smoker, but that's the...
Did you by chance notice how disgusting Bernie Mac's teeth were?
No. Were they bad?
Dude.
They should be, because all he does is smoke and eat oranges. I mean, citrus and fucking tobacco.
I'll send you the picture for you to fucking... I'm telling you, so when he's talking to the guy about when he originally figures out who Billy Bob and Marcus are, and he's getting his toes done, and he freaks out because he's like, no, the candy.
Give me the hard shit,
yeah,
man.
Right, yeah. Dude, it shows his teeth
bad?
like this, and it's fucking black.
Okay, internet research. I didn't have many for this, but so Bernie Mac used his brother as an influence for his performance. So apparently his brother just smokes fucking 4 packs a day and eats oranges.
So there you go. So I'm saying that means it was probably on purpose, because I'm saying his teeth looked like a smoker's teeth. Like just I'm talking like it looked like tobacco was just like fucking packed on his teeth, bro.
Well, that's what I had was Billy Bob was actually drunk for the first Santa scene when they're sitting on his lap. The first one they show, that he was actually drunk for that. And he was sober the rest of the movie, so...
You're talking about the escalator scene,
yes.
Correct?
No. The first scene where they're sitting on his lap and the kid spits chocolate on his
I got
face.
here saying that Billy Bob has said that he was genuinely intoxicated during some of the filming. In the escalator scene...
Ray's closing his eye when he reads. It's not a good sign.
Damn right, people.
That's Billy Bob movie.
In the
right
escalator
there,
fall scene, he actually passed out after drinking 3 glasses of red wine for breakfast, followed by vodkas, cranberry juice, and a few Bud Lights. And then it also says that this was John Ritter's, unfortunately, his last movie that he filmed, and that's why this movie was in honor of him.
Oh, real quick, this actually brings me to another point. I think Hunter S. Thompson could have played this role. He actually just would have been shit-faced the whole time, and therefore it would have been a good performance. I don't know if they could have contained him on set, right? He would have been on acid and shit. But, like, just a quick shout out to Hunter S.
Yeah. Even like Joaquin Phoenix, like people, somebody like that, somebody who really could, like, take, and it's funny because, the more that I think about it, I think that your Philip Seymour Hoffman suggestion, I can see that.
Oh, I love John Ritter in this movie, but, like, Philip Seymour Hoffman would have taken it up a notch. And it's a great performance by Ritter, but you can never get better than Philip Seymour Hoffman as a character actor. It's just never going to be done, and this is right up his alley. You know what I mean?
It's also, in my research, it also says that Billy Bob Thornton said that he's had 8-year-olds approach him about his role in the movie. Thornton was saying that he was stunned that parents would actually allow those kids to watch him as in this movie, which
it's dark, man. It's dark. All right, nitpicks. This is gonna be fun. I got a couple here, a couple really good ones. Willie in the bar scene before the Miami scene saying he thinks he can quit drinking and open up a bar on a beach. That's a nitpick for me because he is the worst alcoholic in the world. So like, it's one thing to quit drinking. It's another thing to open up a bar. For him to do both those things, you need to get away from alcohol. You're going to be serving people booze and then not drinking? No chance.
I'm not sitting here saying that you've known anyone who's an alcoholic, but you're right. It doesn't matter.
No chance.
What I'm saying, it's any vice at all. To say that you're going to be, I'm done off it, and then you go into a fucking field that's all the vice is.
Well, that's why alcoholism's the worst, because it's accepted and it's celebrated, right? Like you can do it and no one thinks you're doing anything wrong. Next one I have here is, why would Willie take the time to cut the limes when he's at the bar? He's making his drink. Like, just take the bottle or drink the shot. Like, he's cutting limes. He has an umbrella in his drink.
But
he's really going for
I'll argue real quick. I'll argue with you that maybe he's been there for over an hour.
Yeah.
So he's just doing the thing to make it look like.
But the bartender left it for an hour then? You know what I mean?
Maybe he's the only guy.
I just feel like it's just crazy.
And
Like,
saying, maybe
he cuts the limes. He doesn't even put it in his drink. He already had one in his drink. He puts it
I
underneath.
get that, but I'm saying maybe he's the only, the bartender who is the waiter from old school.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the only guy who is working the bar. So then, he gets a system to like go get drinks out to the people on the beach.
Right.
So then he gets all of a sudden 10 drinks, and he's like walking, and he's sitting there like, oh, I'm just a worker. And
I
all
still
of a
feel like
sudden-
a real alcoholic would just go straight for the booze. And,
But he did, in a way, because if you remember, his drink was just a straight vodka.
Right, but why is he cutting limes then? Because there's a scene where when Lauren Graham comes over, and he gives her the, essentially a screwdriver. He just pours himself straight vodka.
Let's talk about that. Right, let's talk about
Yeah,
it, people.
big
It's
old
literally
glass.
it's that.
Yeah, he gives her a strong drink, but he gives her the mixer. He don't want mixers. He doesn't want anything. He wants the booze.
You mean
that's my nitpick, man?
Yep.
I don't. And then the next one I have here is they would have been found out. They did 7 malls in 7 years, and I know it was like before current technology. It's what we're living with now, but their faces would be there. Malls have cameras. And just because they change their name and move states is not enough to not have them get caught. And they get caught by, a chain smoking guy who's eating oranges. Like, I feel like they would have been caught. They have impeccable resumes, but they have to be fake. Because he says you have impeccable resume, but like they have fake names, right? And they're also working for really cheap, right? They're working for less than the one Santa. Now you have not just a Santa, you got to pay the fucking midget. So crazy to me. And then there's no way Thurman would be left home alone with the unspied granny, right? Like they would have someone there in this mansion. Is she cleaning the house and shit? She's cooking. She's making them a lot of sandwiches. I get that, but can you live on sandwiches? I think you can. That's an unanswerable question. You can live on sandwiches, but they'd have someone else coming there. Another one I have is getting shot 8 times doesn't kill him. Is he Scarface? I know he's really drunk, but he's not coke.
Is he 50 Cent?
Yeah, 50 Cent. And the best quote is that, he got only vital organ that got hit was his liver, which is shit anyway, but 8 times is going to kill you.
To be honest, if his liver was failing and he got shot in the liver, he'd be dead.
Right. And then the last one I had, we just found out when you came over here, was why would he eat a salad when he tells the lady to go fuck herself? He's on his lunch break. Alcoholics do not eat salads, especially men alcoholics. They eat steak. They eat fucking Chinese food, Mexican food, burgers, anything but a fucking salad.
Yep.
So that's a nitpick for me. What do you got?
So when Marcus calls him up to go back to Phoenix, and they're walking in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And he throws that. It's not even a fit. It's a
glass like pint.
It's a yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, people. If you think that would shatter a windshield,
it wouldn't.
You're out of your fucking mind.
It wouldn't.
So that's definitely
It'd
one.
like spiderweb a little bit, but it wouldn't.
No mall would ever actually hire Willie, even if they had Marcus with the midget, because looking at Willie, no fucking kid, who that's a whole thing with with Santa Claus, is that no kid would believe that that's Santa.
Yeah,
Every
right.
other
He's not
depiction,
fat. He's got no beard.
It's just fat. It's just that no. And by the way, the Harrison who gets fired, you know who he's from? Heavyweights.
Ooh.
You've seen Heavyweights?
Yeah,
he's the one who's like the cool counselor who like rallies with the kids. That's him.
And they wouldn't hire him because the first scene when he's talking to John Ritter, what we reenacted, you talking about my gear, he's just smoking a cigarette. Like, he's drunk as fuck.
That's the thing.
I mean,
he is blacked out, but he's not blacked out,
dude.
but
He's fucking hammered.
He's
bro.
browned
Like,
out, and he's smoking a cigarette. And he's just looking at that hot girl with that fat bum, and just being
Come
like,
on, like you got to know that he's drunk.
and he's just like, your performance, my performance.
My gear.
You're talking about my gear, like, yeah, I mean, 100%. Why did Thurman say nothing? Which I get because he felt he was neglected. But my nitpick is, it could be literally and I mean nothing about this. I'm just saying, an autistic kid right now in 2023 to a normal kid in 2023, and this kid's in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
and he was left with Granny, who is
unspry.
She ain't spry at all. And I'm sorry that somehow or another, that was a huge nitpick for me, that the school would find out, another adult would find out, and somebody would find out, they'd be able to make sure that the entire movie would never happen.
Right.
So.
All right, overacting award. I have one here, John Ritter. He overacts, man. Like his little facial expressions, how like appalled he is by any sexual talk. He's an adult, and it's just overacting to me, and it's beautiful. It works for this movie. He's so uptight, you know. So like, there wasn't much overacting in this movie. That's why I had him.
I personally had Thurman Merman.
Yeah.
Just because, do you think you could sit through what Billy Bob did and literally just sit there? What were their names?
Yeah, right.
I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, that's what I had. Just because.
How do they sleep?
Just as a child, because as a grown man, I could never sit through any of this shit at all from almost any comedy we can talk about. Like, it would take a million takes, and so I feel as if a young kid, even he was 8 to 10 years old, playing a third grader, and him just sitting there when Billy Bob. How could you not laugh as a little kid when Billy Bob? What the fuck is wrong with me? I mean, dude, like, so yeah.
All right, heat check award. Bench player that comes in hot. I feel like there's only one answer to this is Bernie Mac. I mean, that's just the definition of the heat check award here. He is just crushing it. The cigarette smoking, just how like laissez-faire is about the butt sex, like with the with bigger women. Like he's like, the guy likes to fuck big women. Like it's. I can't fire him for that. Just everything about it, just mixing his little orange drink, the laxative, like he just kills it, man. He goes for it. That's my answer.
You know what? I thought he was in it too much to think of it, but the fact that you're bringing it up.
Well, he is, but there's really
but you're not wrong, because the fact that you're bringing that up, the way you present it.
Yeah, he's in four or five scenes, right?
I would agree. So. I have a different answer, but I'll agree with your answer. As I had Anjay Nanadu, who is the guy from Office Space. Like, he's in one scene, no, two scenes.
Yeah, you're right.
And he gets to the bar. Billy Bob gets. Willie gets to the bar. Willie gets to the bar. He says,
"He fucked her. He fucks her, and then he comes out." So the next award, though, which is where I have him, is the Matt Walsh Award.
Mr. Irrelevant.
That's Mr. Irrelevant. We changed it to Matt Walsh Award.
It is, yes.
I had Matt Walsh, because he has to get the award if he's in the movie. He is the award.
To be honest, I don't have it.
But I did have, as an honorable mention, Aju not going to work here anymore.
We're going to be getting rid of these people here. For instance, to Samir Naga. Not gonna work here anymore anyway.
Office Space guy, because he is that guy. I don't know his name. Obviously, I can't pronounce his name. And
it's Ajay.
Honorable, Ajay Nando. That's not Nando.
Nando, whatever the hell it is. But anyway,
that's
Ajay.
my honorable. I gotta get it, Matt Walsh. I have to every movie. He's not to us anymore because we know him.
But
he is Matt
viewers, did they see him?
Yeah.
There's a wait. Who
it's
is
called
that
the Matt Walsh Award for a reason, people. So, do you have Matt Walsh as well, or?
I also had Octavia Spencer.
Who the hell's that?
That's Opal, the black hooker.
Oh yeah.
But here's the thing, where.
Fuck you kinky ass Willie.
But here's the thing, dude. She's now famous, but she was never famous.
What's she famous for?
Hidden Figures, the African American women who helped get NASA to the moon. Oh no, she's actually been in things that like mean something.
One Oscar to give. There's two options here. It's Billy Bob Thornton or it's Thurman Merman, man. I want to give it to Thurman Merman because he is so great in this movie. Just want to play again? King me. Like, just how old are they? Just how he reacts to Billy Bob's, like, he looks up to this fucking weirdo and, like, just no matter what he does,
he knows
doesn't,
he's not
like,
Santa. That's the thing. This is
until the end where he's like, I know you're not Santa. I thought we were friends, which is a
that's
pretty
the thing that makes this movie
touching
like
scene.
so sad.
It is, yeah.
Sadly dark.
Finally,
awesome
he's
humor.
like, I just thought we were friends. But I have to give it to Billy Bob. Like, I just have to. It's just not even...
No question in my mind.
One of the best performances I've ever seen for anyone ever. And it's in a drunk Santa movie. Like, amazing. Unanswerable questions. This is going to be fun. I got a couple great ones here. Why does Marcus, when, the first scene, when they're stealing from the mall and they're doing the safe, why does he steal these specific items for his wife? Why does he just take the most expensive shit? Yeah, the loofah. You get the loofah? Like, just take the most expensive shit and then sell it, and then you can buy whatever you want.
Do you want to know why? I'll tell you why.
Because it's more like...
No, I'll tell you. I'll straight up tell you why. Because that was one of my age the worst things, is that they both are narcissistic, materialistic bastards. I didn't say...
But if you steal the most expensive shit, you can therefore sell that and buy...
It doesn't matter. When you're materialistic, you want what you want.
Right.
Hence Marcus... he's just jerk chopping down the fucking mannequin to get that... I mean...
But you see what I'm saying? Just steal the most expensive jewelry, then sell it to a pawn shop for 10% of what it's worth, and you can buy a loofah, dude.
Yeah, that's...
So, that's my unanswerable. And I have a couple of... what's the banana show that grandma's watching on TV? You know, the doll... It's like a doll, like... She's watching these
commercial, man.
Yeah, like, what is that?
That was a real commercial.
Really? Huh. Well, then it's not unanswerable anymore. But it's really weird. Like,
I mean, it was a fucked up...
Every time she's watching TV, it's something really weird and they show it. That there's like...
Now, you want to tell me
meats being cooked?
Well, I was going to say, you want to tell me what... Because I'll tell you... Quick story with Ray.
Story time with Ray.
Is that my great-grandmother, rest in peace, Gigi, she gave me and my mom... she literally gave us that rotisserie. And... my mom still has it, and it works like a charm, but it's just one of those things that, too, it's like a lady that age, to where,
it's like the home shopping network.
Granny, are you spry?
Right.
She was like watching it, so I had that on age the worst, to where infomercial of rotisserie, because it was like such an old school thing.
Bad. How many DUIs does Willie have? Because the dude's always drunk. He's always driving these like cars that probably aren't registered in his name. I mean, obviously the BMW he steals, but like even the shitter he has, like he's not having registration for that car. If you notice the license plates from I think Wisconsin, that was their prior location. It's like, dude, he's got to have at least 3 DUIs, right? At least. Ain't no way, man.
5.
Yeah. All right. And the last one I have is, how cheap are they offering their services? I touched on this earlier because, they take out Harrison, is that his name?
Yes.
And there are 2 people working for less than Harrison's making, apparently. So they're making, and I looked it up. So mall Santas make $22 an hour right now in 2023. So in 2003, they were probably making about $12 an hour. So they're working for $4 an hour to make it worthwhile for the mall, right? Harrison's been there 5 years. And it's like, they'd probably think something's up because they're working for legit peanuts and they have a real midget. I don't know. I just want to know how cheap they're offering their services because they're firing people to hire him when, they have good references, but Harrison's been there 5 years. So that's my unanswerables. What do you got?
I have a few. I just have, this will be a continuous... What happened to, and here's my continuous, Granny, Sue, Thurman's dad? I understand that's a lot to answer, but it's like, they didn't really show, Right.
Well, he gets out in about 12 months.
Well, it was like Billy Bob explains how, Sue...
Santa's sister
loves kids, and she moves in, but...
Dies soon.
I'm assuming she died.
She almost died in the one scene.
Well, right.
The dad gets out and is probably like, what the fuck's going on here? And then maybe
honestly, right. She might
no, but he's back there. But Billy's back there because he's not going to jail, apparently, because he ratted.
Well, he was, because you're right. He was in rehab.
So they probably leave.
Like rehab for being shot all this time.
And then Thurman, we know what happens to him because he's in Bad Santa 2. He's a weirdo. He's the same fucking dude at fucking 20 or whatever he is in the movie.
It's just from 03 to 16, so we got 13 years.
Yeah.
So. Why did no parent freak out about Willie? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
they give him the bad looks, but like he's swearing. He says the F word like 8 times in the first scene of the kid.
And not
like, get
just
the fuck
that,
out of
dude.
here. Like,
If I had my, I hope to God I have a kid someday, and if I do, and I have my kid bring him up the Santa's fucking line,
and that's your
and
Santa?
I see that Santa, there's no fucking way. I don't give a shit if that guy's a goddess. God. Whatever.
Yeah, well, you can't say that now. You never know.
It can be God.
Yeah.
I don't care. It can be a perfect person. If it doesn't look like what I think Santa should look like, yes, I guess I'm a bigot for that. Big
and
fat
he's
Ray
drunk.
like
and
me.
he's drunk. So you should be the Santa, is what you're saying.
Huh,
there you
huh,
go. Yeah.
No, but to your point,
there.
it's like at least just a jolly looking guy. Like Harrison looks like the perfect
that's
Santa.
Yeah.
And then you fire this guy, and you bring in this skinny ass looking motherfucker, and half the time he's got his fake beard, like
Not even on.
Dude.
Yeah.
like,
He's got his little fucking like stubble, white stubble.
yeah, right, dude. And then I also had, why was no one else watching over Thurman when the dad went to jail? I'm sorry,
Yeah,
that's a
the
total.
granny ain't enough, man.
There's 0% chance that the government, as much as I'm gonna tell peeps, I fucking hate them. But anyways,
She's
that's-
not fucking spry, man. I mean, that's the bottom line.
But the bottom line is
So-
that there's no way they'd be, oh yeah, this lady's all right for a third grader. It'd be one thing the guy was 17 years old and like he can take care of himself.
Third grader.
And then also, I'm just interested. We know really how Thurman cut himself, but I'm just interested like in that scene.
Yeah, I want to see that. Yeah. All right, best quote. I have a fuckload here. Sigmund sawed off fucking Freud. That's in the uncut version. My fuck stick. Let me fix you some sandwiches. Amazing. You ain't gonna shit right for a week. Always great.
That's an unanswered question.
No, best quote.
No,
Best quote.
I'm telling you.
Oh, the shit right for a week?
I forgot to answer that. It's like, how big was Willie's dick? Because it must have at least been
6, 7. Well, a lot of girls can't take it up the ass, man.
Oh, I get that. I'm just.
How many girls do you try to have sex without the ass?
Who's ever willing?
They
but
can't take it, man.
I understand that.
I don't have that big of a dick. It's average 6 inches, but
I'm
it's
saying
not
not
happening,
shitting
man.
right for a week, like.
But yeah, because it ain't happening. Because no, the problem is it's not about getting in. He's like going full bore.
No, that's my point. So
He
it's
doesn't
like,
give a fuck.
I would think he's probably around like 8.
Oh
7
no,
to 8.
no, because it wouldn't even get in.
Yeah, I guess
He's
you're
smaller,
right.
but he just doesn't have any. Like me, if I'm gonna have anal sex with a girl, full disclosure, I'm gonna be like delicate. I'm a nice guy. I'm not gonna fucking wreck their asshole, dude.
Well, yeah.
He's getting in there. He's just fucking
Clearly,
pounding,
when
bro.
Ritter finds him, just
fucking.
fucking the
He's
BB
treating it like a pussy.
Right.
And you cannot treat an asshole like a pussy. All right?
No,
and that's what he
cannot.
does. He doesn't give a fuck.
No.
He's selfish.
Right.
And that's why you ain't going to shit right for a week. Sorry about that.
Sorry, James. That was just.
You ain't going to shit right for a week. Love that quote. Wish in one hand, shit in the other. See what one fills up first. Love that. Do you
I'm sorry. I have that. That's
a great one. It's just
we
legendary.
use
like,
that. I mean,
yeah.
like,
I want to use that in like the football pods. Like you're like talking about drafting a player. Like wish in one hand. Yeah. I love this one. Just Graham asking him, "Do you like kids?" Fuck no. What do you think? I'm some kind of pervert? Like no, I like kids. You want to have kids? Like that's his first reaction is like sexual.
Yeah, right. And then she's like, "No,
you pervert.
you work with you're Santa. You work with kids."
The I think I turned a corner thing. Just a whole speech about like I beat up some kids today. And,
I think I turned a corner. Yeah. You fucking Batista?
No.
He's like, no. I'm talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I beat the shit out of that.
Some kids.
I beat the shit out of kids now, but what but it is what for a purpose. It made me feel good about myself. It was like I did something constructive in my life and life or something. I don't know. Like I accomplished something.
Years of therapy.
Yeah, you need many years of therapy.
My last quote is actually one of my favorite ones at the end is more booze, more bullshit, more butt fucking. And he's like, yeah, sure, the 3 B's. True. More booze, more bullshit, more butt fucking. That sums up him to a T. Those are my quotes.
He's talking about when he's talking to Sue originally.
I'm talking about at the end when he's like taking the butt. He's like, why are you doing this? And he's like, he's like, more booze, more bullshit, more booze. He's like, sure, the 3
I love
Bs.
when he's talking to Sue originally. He's just like, she's like, so how, what do you do like blah 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 during the off season? He's like, it's just a fucking job.
Yeah,
he's like,
I'm just Easter Bunny.
He's like, I'm just a shitting.
Yeah.
I'm just a fucking Santa shitting.
Eating shit and whatever fucking Santa
And
Claus.
basically saying
Prove
he's
it.
a fucking Santa. He's a Santa who fucks.
Right.
And she's like, prove it.
You got any other quotes you got added?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I can't get over how. Granny, are you spry? By Thurman, and then also, oh Roger, you're home. I'm making some sandwiches. Like the fact that the whole movie, Granny thinks that her son is home.
Right.
I mean.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's not spry.
And-
That's just the point. Like, farthest thing from spry, man. Holy shit.
I mean,
he literally walks in there with a fucking mask on. Sorry, pee break scene. For me, it is the hanging decorations with the girlfriend. That scene, taking the stockings off.
I mean, I can see that.
It's
It's just in a way that's
needed.
Way funny because it just. But here's the thing: it'd be one thing if the movie didn't really explain how much of a perv and sexualholic of everything that Billy Bob was, and Willie was during the movie. So I can agree with that because it's one of those things. Yeah,
that's the only scene I want to take out though, because I love every other scene. What do you have any other ones, or you have one?
I didn't really have one because it was just one of those things.
That's got to be the one, right? Just the music playing and just like there's like a minute scene there. I just take from the movie, add something else in, which leads me into scene we would add. That's it for me. It's the deleted scene, the valet scene, and just everything that goes with that. Taking the car, breaking into the house. Love that, dude. It needs to be in the movie.
I agree with you.
It leads to his Miami craziness he's living.
Well, until I didn't know about it, like you said, until you told me about it. And to be honest, I watched it, like I said, one of the few times, and it's so funny, people, that you gotta watch. If you love this movie, you gotta watch.
Yeah, I'll put it in here.
You gotta watch the unrated scene because it's just that what he said is just one of those things that
it just shows how like much of a piece of shit he is.
Well, right, because
the other things aren't pieces of shit. He's stealing from like malls, like actually taking someone's car and breaking into their house, dude. Legitimately criminal behavior. And I had one other one that I would like to see is another similar scene to the checker scene. Just more with Willie and Thurman. You know what I mean? Just any other little thing, because like those work so well. They're dynamic. It's fucking pure, dude. Give me one more, like not checker scene, but give me something else where he just gets pissed because Thurman's being a nice guy, he doesn't. It's a fucking checker.
Like I said, I mean, I would like to see how I would love to see the scene of Thurman finding a knife and carving out the blood pickle that he gives to Santa.
Show the preface to the bloody pickle.
The entire. I mean, just because watching him doing that, I feel as it would be.
Yeah, dark. That actually brings me to memorabilia, man. There wasn't much in this movie that I found that I wanted.
I got 3 things.
Bloody pickle. I want that.
Wooden pickle. I got it.
Or the elephant. The bloody elephant because it was bloody. And then the advent calendar. I want that advent calendar, especially with the little the like broken one where he puts the other shit in there.
Yeah.
I want to. It'd be great if he had a shooter in there. That wouldn't fit, but you know what I mean. What do you have for your other?
I have those two, and I would say that I wanted Billy Bob's Santa suit.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And then also Thurman Merman's shirt at the very end.
Nice. Yeah.
Right. I mean, just the saying on the shirt.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll fit you, but.
Well, it never fit me, but I'll get one of my.
No, I was saying in the monologue he says I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, right.
It wouldn't fit you.
Yeah, right.
Thurman's 9 years
not
old.
even close.
Apex Mountain, who's at their peak? Billy Bob, I had a question mark next to.
I have Billy Bob.
Probably yes. I mean, sucks for him. That's his fucking apex, right?
I mean, Billy Bob apparently did pretty well with the new show that he was on.
Yeah,
but it's like.
But Armageddon was big. He
really blew off with Armageddon.
Was it Monsters Ball? Might be it.
Monsters Ball, but we're not talking far off. We're talking. This is 03.
Yeah,
and then he did, and then he also did,
2001,
and then he did the remake of Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
So.
Thurman, Merman, yes. Marcus,
Brad
yes.
Kelly, yeah.
Butt sex in a dressing room. I say yes. I don't know if there's ever been any better for butt sex in the dressing room. Give me that from Apex.
I had Billy Bob, Brett Kelly, who was Thurman, Tony Cox, who was Marcus, and I put Bernie Mac too, just because Bernie Mac, like, he was in his groove of like. I mean,
if the award was Swan Song, then yes, because he died after this. But it could have been. Didn't he have the Bernie Mac show though? Come on.
You're right.
Yeah. Well, it's Swan Song Award. We'll give it to Bernie Mac and John Ritter.
Yeah, so I'll give you. I'll agree with you. It's Billy Bob,
Yeah.
Tony Cox who did Marcus, and then Brett Kelly who did Thurman.
All right, who won the movie? Simple. Billy Bob Thornton won the movie. Also, it almost didn't win the movie because it ruined his career in a way. Because, like, how do you come back from this? But, hey, man, if this is what you're known for, I would sign up for this. Wouldn't you? It's
100%.
amazing. All right, man. Bad Santa, we love this movie. Rewatch it. Give it another watch because it's fucking epic. We'll be back with a couple other great movies. Probably a Django Unchained coming here. It's going to be amazing. Let's go.
And it's been a complete joy.
Motherfucker. Oh, you lousy fucking motherfucker.